Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Warzone Jones coming right back at you, a pro wrestling related topic video. And I want to be talking about some really interesting things that happened on Monday Night Raw. This isn't really a Monday Night Raw review. I don't really do those anymore. Matter of fact, I don't do them at all. But there were some things that happened on Monday Night Raw that I feel like I should just discuss. Now, some of the things I'm going to be discussing is the new Women's Raw champion, which is Bayley. She defeats Charlotte Flair. I'm also going to be talking about the betrayal of Kevin Owens onto Chris Jericho. And I'm also going to be talking about Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn. What happened on between those two. So let's start off with, of course, the new Women's Raw champion, Bayley. She finally gets the belt. She finally gets the big one. She puts on a pretty damn interesting match. I didn't think they was going to have a world title match for the Women's Championship on this week's Raw. Like, I don't remember ever hearing it. I don't know if they just decided to do it at the last minute, but it doesn't matter. We got a new Women's Champion, Bayley. She defeats Charlotte Flair. And, you know, Charlotte Flair, I feel, is like the hottest women wrestler going today. When I say the hottest, I'm not talking about her looks. Of course, that girl is definitely fine, but I'm talking about as far as her momentum. She has all this momentum. She's constantly winning these big title matches. She's having some of the greatest wrestling matches that the WWE, to me, has ever seen, especially recently. And definitely, like her pay-per-view wins is untouched really right now. Let's be honest here. But she loses her championship belt. So that was the last thing I was expecting to happen on this week's Monday Night Raw episode. But Bayley, new women's champion, whether you believe she deserves it or not, she is the new Women's Raw champion. Congratulations, Bayley. Next, I'm going to be talking about a really good entertaining segment that happened between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Pretty damn interesting segment. It was pretty damn interesting. It was just like the segment between The Rock and Mankind from about 1998, Attitude Era days of This Is Your Life. It was kind of like that one. Probably not as good, probably not as like groundbreaking, but it was definitely still pretty damn good and pretty damn entertaining. I liked it, the whole damn thing, from the beginning to the middle to the end. I thought it was pretty damn good. We had the return of Gilbert, not Goldberg, but Gilbert. You know, there was also some little awkward parts, like Chris Jericho was showing Kevin Owens these pictures, and one of these weird pictures that he had showed him was a picture where the both of them were dressed weird, especially Chris Jericho, like he was barely wearing anything. He was just basically wearing underwear and nothing else. He was just basically wearing underwear, and Kevin Owens was like in this like black hole looking thing, like reaching out to grab Chris Jericho's hand, and it just looked really awkward. And Kevin Owens basically said that also as well. He had showed him like this statue that also looked weird, and Kevin Owens decided at some point, hey, look, I got a present for you also as well. And Kevin Owens gets this present. He hands it to Chris Jericho. And what is it? It's a new list. A new list. And Chris Jericho is thinking, hey, it's a new list of Jericho, because he said, man, this is all like beat up and messed up. He needs a new one. But when he pulls it out, it says the list of KO, which means the list of Kevin Owens. And what happens after that? He gets attacked by Kevin Owens. Chris Jericho gets attacked by Kevin Owens. He's beating on him. He threw him through a TV, which I believe is what that thing was, the glass of the TV, and just constantly beating on Chris Jericho. The friendship is over, man. And these two guys had a pretty damn good run with each other. But you know what I'm also thinking? Maybe it's a little bit of a trick. Maybe they're trying to trick everyone so they can somehow basically team up against Goldberg, because Kevin Owens has got to face Goldberg. So maybe it's a trick. Maybe. I could be wrong. Definitely there is a rumor that Chris Jericho is going to be leaving the WWE soon, because he's going to be forming with his group Fozzy. So he's going to be touring with Fozzy. So at some point they was going to have to break up Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho anyway. So, is it over? Yeah, it's definitely looking like it's over. These guys had a pretty damn good run with each other. They really did. Also, what happened during Monday Night Raw, which I feel is worth talking about, is an interview with Samoa Joe and Michael Cole. Pretty damn good interview by Samoa Joe. He's still coming across as a badass. He's just sitting up there wearing the suit, talking, still coming across as a badass. And at some point through his interview, he had dissed Sami Zayn. So he dissed Sami Zayn. He said, I'm not just trying to be here. I'm not just trying to be here just to be happy to be here like Sami Zayn. So he said Sami Zayn, he isn't really doing anything. He's just happy to be there and not really doing much, not really achieving much. But Sami Zayn heard that, and after he had beat Rusev, he had talked about that during his little post interview. And at some point while he was talking about Samoa Joe music had hit. So Samoa Joe is getting ready to come out. He's ready for him. He's looking at the entranceway, but he gets blindsided by Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe doesn't come out from the entranceway. He comes out from the side on Sami Zayn and attacks him and destroys him. So it looks like we're going to get a Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe feud on the future. Probably at more than likely at Fastlane. Maybe it'll last until WrestleMania. We just gotta wait and see what's gonna go on between those two. I'm pretty sure those two guys can definitely tear the house down and have a pretty damn good match. So this is What's Jones. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm out. Juice.